Good morning and welcome to Bad Gumu Gaming. I am Bad Gumu and we're here to have some fun today. I'm really excited today. Hopefully, should see out the end of the first Soul Reaver game, which will give us the chance to start the second Soul Reaver game, and then start to work through them in order of the ones that of the games that we're going to play. But yeah, so hopefully, without waiting too much longer, let's get down and having some fun, and we'll jump into the game. Now, today is an interestingly important stream for me because, for those of you who are not already followers but are on my stream, today is hopefully the stream that will put me where I need to be in terms of actually being able to get to the milestones that Twitch would like me to get to. So, fingers crossed that works out in our favour. Now, if you were here for my last stream, you would be well aware of the fact that we were looking for a one of the portals for the chrono thing, the time chamber, and we unfortunately couldn't find that before I had to go. But that does mean I believe that we're actually getting fairly close. So fingers crossed that this can get us where we need to go. I don't really remember which one was the closest. So we might just go back to the pillars and find out where we're going to get from there. Yeah, that'll do. We'll go through here. The interesting fun of trying to remember how to get back to where you were in the time chamber. Okay. When all this fails, go back to the pillars. And, learn how to open a door. That might be helpful. Yeah, it's interesting. I remember once as a young fella trying to walk with my mother and not paying attention, end up walking smack straight into a pillar in the middle of the shopping centre. And as a young fella, it actually quite stunned me, but it's interesting because just walking into that door just reminded me of that for some reason. I'm not sure why particularly that reminded me of it, but it just did. Okay, so what we're doing there is heating up the Soul Reaver so that it can now burn things. Unfortunately, it won't hold through because in order to get through here, we need to go back into the spirit world. But, hey, while we can, we will. I'm not in the mood for their shenanigans today. I have to admit that I'm really quite excited that this might... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be sad to see the end of this game, but it's such a good game. And I'm not sure how badly Kane's going to kick my backside again, but, he does that. Alright. The ghost at the pillars, whose name escapes me at the moment, she's the one I'm hoping will be able to guide me back. Here she is.
In the bowels of an inverted clockwork, the tormentor awaits. Be wary, Raziel. Those blind with rage are by destiny ensnared.
Okay, I know we had to go up at one point. Where's the clock tower? What's that? I don't know where that locked gate is. Necessary return. City of the Oracles Cave. The Chronoclast, that's where we're heading to? Okay. So I think it's actually going to be better for us to return to the keep. The human sanctuary. I'm pretty sure they still like me there too. No, you know what? We are going to go up and through. Sorry. Change of plans. I'm hoping that on the other side of the keep here will lead me in the right direction. Ah, the joys of putting a game down for the weekend. You forget how to get to where you're going. I'm not sure why this guy ignored me, but I'm not complaining. Welcome those viewers who are sitting in the background. Hope you have a good time here, and by all means enjoy yourself. Equally, I hope that if you haven't already, that you'd be so kind as to choose to follow. Can't have a community and have this level of fun without you guys being here. Oh, I can understand the technical issues. I've had more than my fair share of those. Great to have you back with us, Soul a very important part of my people that turn up. You're one of my absolute regulars, and I appreciate it. Well, that's it. Although, at the moment, I would settle for 3. I'm after 7, but I would definitely settle for 3. Well, I'm glad that at least someone finds me amusing. And as I said, I appreciate you turning up regularly. In fact, I believe you were actually at my last stream. You don't happen to remember the easiest way to get to back to the where I was with the Chronoclast, do you? I am not beyond asking my followers of my stream for advice or help. You know what game that I haven't had a look at for a long time, but really needs its fair share of love? Oh, this is not where I want to go. This is Tomb of the Seraphim. Well, I sort of ended up where I was after, but that tells me that that's not where I wanted to go. That's it, back to the quest. Hopefully, we will get this finished today and start on Soul Reaver 2, because I'm equally as excited. I don't really remember that game a whole lot either. But right now, the only challenge is remembering where the heck I've got to go to get back to where I'm supposed to be. I don't remember this area. Ha! There we go. Okay, so that's how we find it. Well, that's at least accomplished something. We found the Tomb of the Seraphim. Okay. So I think now might be a good time to check the map and see where it is that we're going. Okay. The Oracle's Cave. Let's see if I have the gate for the Oracle's Cave. Now, greetings new viewer, who I'm not sure who's sitting in the background. I'm really, really glad to have you here. And if you'd be so kind, if you are feeling inclined that way to throw me a follow, I'd be appreciative. Again, I could not do this without you guys tuning in and watching, and so I appreciate it. And believe me, this actually helps me a lot in terms of getting back and used to speaking to people and doing... Oh, I forgot about him. So yeah, I know it doesn't seem like a whole lot or that you're doing much, but you're helping me quite a bit. Okay. So we're back here at the Oracle's Cave. If I recall, we've got to slip through here. Now, I think if I remember correctly, we found a different point. But that also implies that I haven't actually completed this game. Contessa, welcome! It's good to see you again. How have you been? I hope all is well for you. Doing very, very well. Life is treating me particularly well this week, in that, you know, kids are happy and healthy, and family is doing well, so that always makes me happy. So yeah, doing quite well. There are other people who are far less fortunate than I am. And again, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's because of y'all that I'm actually able to sit here for an hour and play a video game, which is something that most people don't get. Raul Remy, hello, welcome again. It's good to see you here back, and I hope you're having a fun day today, or a good day today. There's one. I think I'm going to miss out on the other one. Oh, Roro and Pigwhip. G'day, guys. I'm even more happy to have you guys on. Don't get me wrong, I always appreciate the patronage of the Contessa de Gumu. Hello, Nanodux, how are you? Welcome to my stream. It's really, really good to have you. Today is actually quite a big one for me because today is the day that hopefully I get to finish the first of the Legacy of Kain series, which makes me really excited. And it's really, really good to have so many people here to watch me fail spectacularly at the final fight. And I say that in all seriousness because if it wasn't for my ability to fail spectacularly, no one would bother watching this stream, because I'm certainly not the, goat of gaming by any stretch of the imagination. I tell you what though, I am thinking of starting a new community challenge. So I'm interested in people's thoughts and feedbacks. But the long and the short of it would mean that if successful, and we can get to 50 followers, then I would allow people to choose which series of games or what game we look at after we finish this one. So that's quite an exciting one. I thought that was a climbing wall. Oh, doy. Good on me. So, the reason that I'm not able to climb that wall is that as it stands at the moment, I'm actually still in the spirit realm. Raziel shifts between the spirit and the real realm, and so while he's in the spirit realm, walls have no substance. He can't climb anything, he can't interact with the real world. He can shift freely between the worlds, but he can't actually interact with them. So now if I go back there, what you'll notice is that I can jump and grab onto the wall. Let's get that Soul Reaver heated up again. Now, the real issue is, like I said, I'm not actually sure, or don't remember, which one takes me to where I'm trying to get to. I'm wondering, because this cave is facing... Oh, that's right. No, we've got to go down the bottom, I believe. I think it's back down the bottom. I vaguely remember there being a cave... There we go, the big door that needs to open. Nope, not that one. Aha. Stopped that from happening, didn't I? So we've turned that on, we did what we had to do here. And I'm pretty sure... Is it through there? Oh, I don't know. Let's take one more look this way just to make sure. Oh! Thank you very much for the follow. That was absolutely awesome of you, and my little tip jar worked. That makes me incredibly happy. I know it sounds silly, but it was, yeah. If you have a look, my little tip jar filled up. That makes me incredibly happy. I designed that. It's working exactly the way I intended to. Yeah, I'm exceptionally happy with the way that went. Thank you very much, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. As I said, we're aiming this stream to get 3 more follows, which will make me in a very happy mood, realistically. And the reason it'll make me really happy is that is the ultimate goal, is to get the follows. Oop. Might help if I pay attention to the game rather than watching what's going on in my chat screen. Just so people have a bit of an understanding of the background of doing this streaming. you'll usually have one monitor maintaining and monitoring what's going on in the stream, and the other monitor for playing games. Well, I have had to, because we move around a lot, I've had to change my gaming setup and rig so that it's now it's only one screen and a little laptop. And I mean a little laptop. But the advantage is that I've got an iPad that I can use as the actual secondary stream screen, which is important because that's what determines whether I can or how I see what's going on. It does, however, mean that because it's an iPad, it's not directly, and this is poor placement, it's no one else to blame but me, but theoretically I could have it actually closer. Ooh, again, not paying attention. I could hold it closer to the screen, but I actually at the moment am using, where'd he go? Back here. I'm using that, but it's in order so that I don't have to wear my glasses. I've actually got the iPad screen like right next to my face so that I can see, or pretty close to my face so that I can see. But the downside means that I can't actually control. Oh no, that's just a plain okay. I can't see the screen and my who's chatting at me at the same time. An inherent weakness in my own design. Still, could be worse. Do I currently have any streaming advice? Yes, find something that you're passionate about. You will spend a large portion of your time just talking to yourself. Now, that's not such an issue, and again, I'm quite fortunate in that my first few streams were actually done with someone in conjunction with someone else. That's the wrong direction. And so I picked up quite a few people to start with. But my first thing would be find a game that you really enjoy, that you're happy to stream, and then decide what you want to be. So for example, for me, I'm not real comfortable being on a camera myself. I'm quite happy to have my my little avatar, as you can see, talk away. That doesn't bother me, but the idea of actually being on camera is a little challenging for me at the moment, with the recovery and things that I'm going through. So the way I mitigate that is by having a little avatar that does the talking and the on-screen bit for me so that I don't have to worry about it. Closely followed by trying to avoid what I look at on a regular basis so that I can pay attention. Then the rest of the stream really comes down to just gift of the gab, and like any other skill, it can be developed. And so you just need to work on it and get there. I'm sure if you're wanting to stream that you'll more than be talented, you'll have more than enough things to say. And if you do manage to do, or you have a stream, how do I get the avatar? So, interesting question on that avatar. Let me finish what I was saying and then I'll answer that for you. If you ever do decide to stream and you're a bit nervous in getting started, by all means feel free to ask, and I'm more than happy to do a collab with you to help get things going for you. Now, the avatar. My avatar particularly, I've had a badger for years. I've been known as Badger, I've had my badger. It's as much a part of me as anything else. But as a result of getting injured at work, I lost some confidence and wasn't feeling real great about a whole bunch of things, and a random person showed up on my stream who spoke with me and I told him what was going on and what life was like at the moment, and he said, well, how about I build it for you? So yeah, my avatar was actually built for me and designed by someone else. I've had next to nothing to do with it other than buying it. What I did do was I managed to set it up to do the talking and everything. That's just simple software. But yeah, but the person that did it for me, I'm incredibly grateful for. I'd love to say I know their name or who they are or anything, but they specifically asked to remain as a unicorn, and so yes, my current logo and everything was made by a unicorn. Very decent person. I hope that if you ever, or you are watching my stream, that you realize just how much I appreciate what you did. I'd love to say they definitely are, but I don't know what they're up to these days. I don't know if they still watch my stream or whether it's just a chance meeting and a blessing from God. Ah, Roro, welcome. But yeah, so I hope that helps for the advice in terms of where I got my logo from, where I got the image from, and all that jazz, so that you can understand for yourself. What sort of games are you interested in streaming? Ah, well, you're always welcome, Pigwhip, you know that. But yeah, what sort of games are you thinking of streaming? So you're doing Tress or something? Yeah, look, hey, you know what? Not enough people stream it. I mean, we are talking about a fairly solid player base, and that's the other thing, is that just remember that a lot of these streams, it's not about what you do or don't do, it's more about how much you enjoy doing what you're doing. As I'm very quickly discovering, I really enjoy this. I enjoy the ability to be comfortable, to relax, to talk with friends and family as they come on and go through. And so yeah, it's really just about you finding what's right for you and what game is right for you. And rest assured, mate, I have no issue guessing that you will find that pretty quickly. Now I've got to work out how to get through this area. I know that we've... Oop, darn it. Cheeky ghost. I know it's around here somewhere because we've been through here. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's... I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Does this game cost any money? Yeah, look, it's a very old game. It regularly goes on sale. I think I picked up this one and the next game in the series for about $2 or $2.50 Australian. I can't believe that I can't remember how to where I'm supposed to go. Oops, that's awkward. You know, it's particularly awkward because I managed to... So I remember that I got up the top here. And then had to do something to get through the pillars. But yeah, anyway, you can certainly grab a copy on Steam. I just can't remember whether I'm supposed to go up or down. Silo, you were living with me for the last stream. Do you happen to remember whether you go up or down, or which direction to... Cheeky so-and-so. So the big problem with these ones with the glowing blue faces, they have a soul vampirism ability, which means that they don't just drain you, they really mess you up afterwards. He is determining to be a pain in the neck for me too. I'm about to get sent back to the spirit world because my aim sucks. There we go. In the end, we had to walk him over. Okay, so we know that opens the pillar. And we know in there is not where I want to be going. That's okay, I appreciate the offer to help anyway, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's my thinking, right? And by all means, tell me if you think I'm wrong. But I figure that we come down here. Oh, I'm about to go back to the spirit world. Here we go. You know, it's really odd. We got through this first bit so quickly last time that I didn't actually pay attention on how I did it. And what disturbs me is it's probably right in front of my face and I just can't see it. I know I tripped open a really big door by going up the top. And I know I opened that door. We came running through here. You know, I'm not even going to fight you. I'm not in the mood. I'm in no mood for your shenanigans. We know we opened everything else. Unfortunately, buddy, this is a single-player game. Otherwise, yes, I would have been happy to play it with you sometime, but yeah, no, this one's a single-player. And you'd probably finish it a heck of a lot quicker than I would these days. There's got to be something so basic that I'm missing. I will say, if worse comes to worse, if one of you would be so kind as to jump on Google and have a look and see if Google has the answer that we're looking for. Just make sure it's not in here. Is there something I need to be in the spirit world for? That opens up and gives me nothing. Oop. Okay, so we've successfully... Okay, so what we need to look up is how to get from the... That's a good question, give me a second. Oh. I think I'm in the scales. In terms of progression, I've got to get into the chronoplast. So if I come over here, let's get back to the real world because there's less dangers there. So I'm here and I need to get to there, the chronoplast. And I've got a feeling it's going to be something like it'll be a shift between the real world and the spirit world. It's just going to be something that I've missed, that I've not seen. Yeah, so I'm aware of that part, but I just need to find where to progress in the actual chronoplast itself. See, not the chronoplast. I've got to get to the chronoplast, and I'm not there yet. You know what? You wonderful people are so fantastic. Let's see if I can find this. Someone's got to have done that. Yeah, the. Oh, thank you very much. Muchly appreciated, Silova. Thank you. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I'm a little choked up over it. Okay, so let's see if we can find this out. Where did I say I was? Not there. I'm in the object. Delve into the depths of the chronoplast. Thank you again, Silova. I really appreciate that. How to get into the... There we go. He is hoping that we can... Okay, so let's try that. It says that I should go back into the main room and try and shift the fire. So let's see if that works. I know I can still do my spin. Whoa! I was not expecting him to be standing there. Approach the doorway through the black space and beyond. Yeah, I've just got to find the actual doorway with the black space. That's the problem. I'm wondering if it's around here. There's something I'm missing around here. Haha, there we go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite glad that worked, but now I believe we are in the chronoplast. What I've got to hope is that there's a way down. Before we go down, let's just have a look and make sure there is no... Oh, okay, yeah, no, we've done that bit. We've solved that puzzle. So it has maintained some of the saves, just not all of them. I guess the only way is down. Okay, again, this is good. This is looking good. I apologise if you've this is your first time on the stream. You haven't seen the background work to get to this point. Yeah, shoot, mate. What's your question? Always happy to answer a question. Just I understand that I reserve the right to say the answer is no answer. I've also got no problems admitting if I don't know something. Absolutely, mate. More than happy to collab with someone. In the same way that other people have collabed with me in the past, it's an expected part of the industry of collabing and helping each other out. So it'd be my absolute pleasure to collab with you. especially if you pick a game that we can. Can I join? Well, that's not up to me. If I'm collabing with Rorogumu, then that would be his stream and his choice to determine who can and can't be on that stream. Bear in mind, though, I would tell you that running a stream is a lot of work. On the surface, it sounds easy. This is not the challenging bit. The challenging bit, I don't mind saying at all, is the probably 2 to 3 hours of editing work that I do after this, getting videos uploaded and set up and ready to roll, and doing all that back end sort of stuff. I'm not doing this to the full extent yet. Technically, each video I should be creating highlights and clips and things like that. I don't do that yet. I eventually will, and then it's maintaining and running all of your medias. So, for example, one doesn't just stop at I don't think that's supposed to happen. There's no chance you can do what? For the record, I didn't think there was any chance that I could do a lot of stuff either, and yet here I am. So absolutely there is. All right, it just comes down to where your passion is and what you want to do, mate. Okay, this might be interesting as it looks like this is not loaded in properly. Because what's supposed to happen, and we'll see if we can work it out, is normally there's an additional platform on top of that we jump onto. That was certainly there last time. But for the record, Roro Contessa, you most certainly can do it. I believe that you're both you're both very capable of it. And if you want some advice, then hit me up on Discord when I'm not on a stream, and I'm more than happy to walk you through it. Like the learning to use the software and things like that. It's just about learning to use the software. And it doesn't matter whether it's this. I am particularly failing at this jumping. Sorry. Whether it's learning to use this piece of software or something else for work, it's all the same, mate. It's just about learning to do it, learning to use it, and deciding where you want to put your time in. I would love to say that it, just came naturally to me. It really didn't. I had to work quite. Oh goodness. I am just full of failed jumps today. It took me a while to actually learn what I was doing with it. Yeah, it really is. It's challenging but fun. For me, I don't like playing video games alone. So this for me is a means that I can still play my video. Oh goodness. There's something just slightly out of the calibration of the platform and where it ends. And hang on, let's see if we can reset this. So in the spirit world, nothing works. Everything is just kind of a that is not something I'd ever noticed before. What is up here? There you go. See, everything happens for a reason. I had not noticed or seen this section before, and I'm not sure where it takes me, but let's have a look. Okay, so not the most useful area, but if I was down on magic, that would be handy. Yeah, absolutely, mate. By all means, feel free to send me a message through Discord. You've got my details, so that's not hard. You can find me. And if you haven't, then I literally am Bad Gumu on that and on this, so shouldn't be too difficult to find. Alright, give me a second, guys. Please forgive me if I take a moment to answer your chat. I'm just going to focus for a quick second here and see if I can get through this jumping, because this has taken a good 12 minutes that it really shouldn't take. I did mention that I'm not a gaming god, didn't I? Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm a bit disturbed that the platform is gone, but we can deal with this. Or we can't. It's completely gone. I do apologise. I may actually have to end up restarting, not this stream, but this save, because for some reason it looks like that important part is gone. And it wasn't... I don't know... Oh, gosh. I am not sure what is going on with me today. I had a good night's sleep last night, and anyone would think that I've not... Yeah, well, that's it. Practice makes perfect. Let's go with that. It's not that I'm failing lots, I'm just learning how not to do that jump. Okay, here it goes. Platform is coming back. Yeah, it's not... it's almost as though the platform itself doesn't exist. And if that happens a couple more times, then we may just have to reload the game and see if that reloads the start. I know this is not the first time. We've discovered that there are a couple of errors in this game, and this seems to be a big one. I know I can get up there because I've done it once before, but yeah, normally there is an additional platform that is... Look, by all means talk to Google, but like I said, this is not the first time I've actually been in this section, and normally there is a... We're going to try this a different tactic. Alright, what we're going to try and do is jump on here and use the pendulum. Now it's not going to let me do that either, are you? Okay, so it's definitely not going to allow it. Okay, I'm terribly sorry, guys. We're going to try and reload this and see if it will let me through. Because that is exceptionally annoying. And if that doesn't work, then we go to Google. To be fair, it wouldn't be the first time I've broken something in a game by not doing it in the right order. Thank you, Roro. Okay, here we go again. Take two. Thank goodness I found that part. That would be really annoying if I had to go back and run all the way here all over again. Back off. And explode. I've got to say, I don't mind the Flame Reaver, but I do quite like the way they don't explode with the Flame Reaver, they just kind of burn, and I really kind of like the explosion. Having said that, we'll get it because the Flame Reaver can kill them by themselves. See, all that faffing about, and I just had to go straight to where I needed to go. Okay. I don't think I can move this anymore. Nope, there you go. So that's definitely set the way it should be. Yeah, it was foretold by gyromancy. In other words, I ran around in a circle until I felt dizzy and received visions of the future. Here we go. Fingers crossed this time it works. Down, boom. Alright, let's move it along. There's a vampire in here, if I recall properly. Nope, not here. Apparently I don't recall properly. What's this little side path? Nowhere, okay. I think I checked that out last time too and it got me nowhere. Yes, I'll take that. I don't mind being Tony Stark, although nowhere near as rich, but that's alright. My voice is getting a little hoarse, so I'm going to stop and have a quick drink. Excuse the sound of my drink opening, I apologise. But my throat is getting dry. Oh my goodness. Failed to die because he was outside of renter distance. I love the music in this game. No, still appeared without its pillar. Alright. I guess we're just gonna have to hope and a prayer this. Let's try this. That's not going to work. I was hoping that if I stop time, I might be able to jump to the safe spot, but didn't seem to want to agree with me today. Alright. We're doing okay. The biggest problem here is I am not certain that... Oh gosh. I am not certain that as it currently stands, I can get enough height without that pillar, and I really don't want to reload into dev mode, although I can show you how and reset the room, because in doing so it stuffs everything else up about the game. But if needs be, we'll make that sacrifice. It will involve restarting the game, which I'd rather not do, but again, if we're at a point where we're genuinely stuck, then I can't see much else of what to do. Because that's what happens when there's no pillar there. Okay, bear with me guys, I apologise. What we're going to do is go to the Be Right Back. And in doing so, it should assist in showing and fixing one of the issues. Okay. So, here's what we do. Because we know this is such a quick way to get there again. Hello again. We know that we can do this fairly quick, so I'm not worried, and it'll show us whether we work. Now you're actually getting to see the back end of the stream and what goes right and what doesn't, because these are literally the things that happen that you just got to deal with on the fly. One of the things I am grateful for is that this has made me a lot better at dealing with issues happening on the fly, because it happens. There's just nothing you can do about it. Now, this is actually a little exciting because people will get to see what's going on in terms of behind the dev menus. And whilst I'm not going to abuse what I can do as a dev, it also is good to be able to see this is the wrong way. To see what it is that goes on behind the scenes when things don't work. Now, last time I fixed this, I actually logged out of the game altogether, so that people didn't have to actually see it and break the immersion, for want of a better term. But yes, I am Iron Man, except that, you know, my Soul Reaver, well, no, because I can shoot whether the Soul Reaver's on me or not. But this will tell me whether I'm remembering right or wrong, because what you'll see in just a moment is I'll push the command in, you'll see a menu come up that gives me access to everything, and one of them is reset your current room, which is what we'll do, which apparently is how you solve the lock issue. So as you saw, didn't bother messing around, we're just going to go straight to it this time. Running the proper way or anything, we are just going to pump this through now so that I can reset the room. The question is, will resetting the room remove my abilities with Raziel? And if it does, then that's a bit more messed up that I've got to deal with. For the record, the reason I keep shooting them is that when you shoot them and they get pushed back, they don't actually get stunned until you... Am I an admin? No, so with old games like this, and in a lot of video game development, they actually have codes that will allow you to get into the admin side of things, just so that you can, so that the programmers can debug and fix them themselves. The advantage is that quite often people will let these codes out so that people know what they are, so they can work on it. Okay, so as you see, alright, and hopefully this will come up on the screen for you. There you go, and now you can see what's going on, in the game. But what I can do is go here and reload current level. But the problem is, as you'll see in a second, notice I've got no Soul Reaver, I've got no So that's what's supposed to happen. Now, see the second platform on top that had disappeared? So, unfortunately, what that now means is that I've got to go back and restore to Raziel the things that were. So, I had Raziel's health at level 2. We had the Soul Reaver. Hold Soul Reaver, yes. Fire Reaver. Yes, there we go. Spectral Reaver, yes. There we go. So that now fixes Raziel's, and then we've got special abilities. Yep, okay, so now we can just turn on all those. Boom. And now the game is restored to where it's supposed to be. It is unfortunately a known error. This is not me cheating, but it is unfortunately a known error that the when they remastered the game, some of the aspects of it broke, which is a bit unfortunate, but it happens. But at least we're back and things are working the way they're supposed to. And now we'll just quickly do what we've got to in order to get where we're trying to get to. I would ordinarily feel bad about using the programmer's codes to get in, but at the end of the day, that's it, and I can get through somehow. And that's exactly the way I look at it. At the end of the day, yes, there are... you know what? I'm not in the mood for this shenanigans. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here, go back to the real world. Oh, gosh damn it. So, the reason I come back here is that when your health is full, you get the Soul Reaver. Ooh, I received a follow by the looks of things. Thank you very much. Spicy McPie, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. As I said, following someone, it provides a huge bit of assistance for me in terms of feeling motivated, which I freely admit is a fairly big thing. Now let's have a look. That's got to go that way. Then we've got to push it back around here. Now we've got to lift it back up again. Oh, thank you very much, Raoul. I appreciate it. And Spicy, or McPie, I'm not sure which would rather I call you, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it's not for people joining my streams, then I miss out on a lot of fun. And that's fundamentally why I do this, is so that you guys can enjoy and watch with me. Especially Soul Reaver, that is a game that is such a dear one to my heart. It's really, really nice to have all these people here to finish off the game. Here we go. I don't think there's anything down there. I just want to make sure before I go diving to my depth. You know, it is nice to say that I'm like Iron Man, except that Iron Man's got, you know, wings that can fly. His engines actually work, whereas, you know, poor Raziel doesn't have. Oh, you monkey. There we go. Pick up the weapon and impale. I've been impaled. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the this part of the puzzle has all been reset too, because once you reset part of it, it resets all of it. So let's go and find out. We need circle Z, triangle N, and UT. Alright. Triangle N, that's this one. Okay, here we go. And then we've got circle. Oops. Ran the wrong way on that one, but that's okay. And triangle T. Just believe. I do just believe. Here we go. Let's see. I'm feeling excited. Have we got this correct? So he jumps high when you do a crouch jump. That essentially sets off his super jump ability. So, boom. Springy. Did I miss one? I must have missed one. Hang on. A mix of the Hulk and Iron Man. Even better, he's Raziel. There we go. Wunderbar. Let's go. You know what? I'm taking my little sticky thing. He should be in. You know what? He just needs. You know what? Soul Reaver just needs its own movie. Because Raziel is just awesome. The original story of Blood Omen: Legacy of Kain is just well written. It's just a great story. Here is the gates we were talking about.
My arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
I like the fact that he can go through walls. I just wish he could do it in the physical world rather than spirit, than only in the spirit one. I love the halls of time. Yeah, Raziel can slide through walls, although it was one of his brothers.
Torment me. Has this all been foretold?
Getting ready for it. This is the final boss of the game. Greetings, viewers. Those of you sitting in the background, thank you for being here again. I could not do this without your kindness and support. And for those of you who are on here, by all means, feel free to throw me a follow. It would be appreciated. And one of you will eventually, by the looks of it, get that manage to snag the drink. So thank you for asking. The next game that I will go to will actually be Soul Reaver number 2. And then, once that one's done, it'll be Blood Omen 2, which is Kane's story, the boss that you're about to fight, and then Soul Reaver Defiance, which is the final game in the series that I count. There's another one, but I don't like it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and they changed the lore. Yeah, same character. Well, all except for the ones in this that I've already killed. To be honest, I don't remember. I know the graphics are a little better, but I still remember really enjoying this series from start to finish.
Impossible. This must be one of Kane's deceptions.
So for those of you who are new to the stream, we've discovered that Raziel and all of his brothers that he's now fighting used to be Seraphim. They used to fight against the vampires, and Kane turned them all into vampires that started the cleanse. And this particular way they've done the... after I finish this game, or all of the games? What do you mean, do I quit? As in, am I hanging up my stream and never doing it again? No, I won't be getting rid of the stream.
My mind reels with confidence.
If I finish all the games, then I'll just find a game that doesn't end.
Me moments from now, or in some century yet to come.
Yeah, no, I'll be streaming for a long time to come at the moment. Especially while ever people tune in to watch. I appreciate it, and I will keep on streaming. Minecraft, you know what? I've not actually considered doing a stream of Minecraft, but if I did, yes, you'd be more than welcome to join me in a stream for Minecraft. I think we may well have finished the different visions. Ah, you're welcome, mate. You know, Minecraft even now is still one of the most streamed games. Oop, another vision. Yeah, absolutely. If you actually go to twitch.tv, you can see which games are being streamed the most and which games are being watched the most.
This cannot be. What madness does this scene portend? Kane must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
So, the Chronoplast, just so that people have a bit of background. Yeah, Raziel's voice is awesome. But the Chronoplast is Mortanius was essentially a god of time, and as well as being a necromancer, and so this area is kind of his domain before Cain killed him, and Cain kills him in the first Legacy of Cain game.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of
Ooh,
my
thank you
mind,
very much. I'm not sure
or
who that
an
was.
echo
Let's
of
have a look.
future events?
Thank you, Spicy McPie. So all these things are futures that Raziel could face, I'm guessing. I'm not sure if someone just subbed. I don't believe so, but if they did, massive shout out to them. It doesn't tell me exactly what I was donated for. I will say that my... Oop, I ended up running the wrong way again. My little cup is set to fill when people follow or when people donate or any of that sort of stuff, because it's all just important to me. Right, thank you. Appreciate it. Now, I think it's time that we go and find Cain and smite him. Oh, this is looking different. This is looking different. This is good. This is positive. You know, speaking of good and positive and games that I would love to come back and have another crack at in the not too distant future, there was an old school game called Silent Hill, and I would love to get back on and find Silent Hill and finish that game again, because it was so well done. And it came out around the same time as this. Oh, there you go. So whoever's next is probably going to be the next person to follow is going to be the person who fills the cup, I would imagine. And if it fills, then hopefully it will do what it's supposed to do.
I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Tomorrow.
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber...
After the video, man, I'll talk to you.
I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Cain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan Cain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
To be fair, I think it's a pretty good way of doing
How
it.
could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Cain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble? Altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Cain. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Look, do you mind, Cain? I find it incredibly annoying that you keep zapping me. Okay, so if I'm right, it's going to appear here. So I'm gathering if he zaps me twice, I go back to the spirit realm. Okay, we're going to try this a different way. Okay, so that's not the way to go. Alright, where are you? Ooh, thank you. I will have a look and see what has just been done in just a moment. Got him. Haha. Oh, that doesn't look happy. Got him. Haha. He's being exceptionally cheeky. Oh, got me. Goodness, that hurt a lot more than I thought it would. Oh, that's cheeky. Is he just pulling back into the same spot? He is, yes, okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and lure him in. So he'll do that. We're going to run through here. Come on, there we go. This is going to be challenging. Okay. If I could work out which way he was going to go. Okay, so he's going to lightning bolt from there. I'm guessing he's going to appear. One of the big problems is that I can't quite tell where he's coming from. Okay, so we'll cop this one again, and then hopefully he spawns back to the same. Got him. There we go.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
I think I'm happy to be beyond his influence. Ooh, Mortanius.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time's
We did.
soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth. A streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
I'm a streamer. And there we go. That is the end of the very first Soul Reaver game. Thank you so much of you for those of you who have been with me from the first one to the last, dealing with the two soft locks from the game that we got pinned in. It is literally the hour and a half at the point at which I finish for the night. Or for the day, as the case may be. What I would ask is if you would be so kind as to stay with the stream for just a little bit longer, so that we have the opportunity to make someone else's day better. And the way we do that is that very shortly, for those of you who have not already, I would ask you to slip me a follow just before I now go, and we'll go and drop into someone else's stream to make them better. Now, here is the advantage. What sort of game would you guys like to be dropped into? And do we want to go? Let's see what we can find, shall we? Okay. So, again, the screen is about to change to my, hey, we're on a, end of the stream. Thank you for watching. I genuinely appreciate all that you guys have done and sticking with me. We will be back tomorrow with Soul Reaver 2. I just need to confirm that it's the next game in the sequence. I'm like 90% certain it goes Soul Reaver 2, Blood Omen 2, then Soul Reaver Defiance. If that's the way it flows, then that's what we're playing. If not, then tomorrow may be Blood Omen 2, depending on which one comes in the correct sequence. Alright, let's see how we can make someone's day better. And a big thank you to all of those people who have participated in making that game, because it is literally just awesome. Okay, so Blood Omen 1 is a top-down ARPG, I think they call it. Isometric RPG. And it is just awesome. But it, for some reason at the moment, I can't get it to actually work with my streaming program. And so because I can't get it to work with the streaming program, it doesn't actually allow it to flow through and to go to the next one. By the way, Silova, special thank you and shout out to you for reaching the 5 stream streak for me. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Alright, let's find someone's channel to raid and make their day better. I am going to look for someone that is not overly doesn't have adult tags listed, because I don't know the age of everyone's. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's. You know what? I'm more than happy to find a Minecraft. Okay. Oh, there you go. Minecraft marathon. Beating all bosses on hardcore. I think that is the way we're going to go. Although this guy's got way too many people in his stream, so let's find a different raid stream that we can do. More than happy to do Minecraft, though. So, the last big question is, do we want to jump in someone who has a lot? Joey Hills. Okay. Joey Hills. I don't know that he's listed amongst my... Let's see if we can find him. Joe Hills, Minecraft. There we go. Boom. Here we go. Let's make his day better. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you all very much. Have a lovely day.